Put your hands together for Kris with a K! I didn't tell him that my mum's maiden name's actually Payne. Hey, young salty, having a good day? Yeah? Oh yeah? I've had a great day. This morning, my wife broke the news that she's pregnant. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, apparently Jim from next door is going to be a dad. It's all right, it's a joke. It's a joke. The part where I'm married. So, look, I live in Brisbane, but I did grow up in Launceston, and being a Tasmanian up in the mainland, but there's a stereotype out there of us, and it's really not fair because Tasmanians are marriage material, being so family orientated. You know, like, back me up here. Like, we're not afraid to commit, are we? Like, we form strong bonds with our partners, yeah, because blood is thicker than water, and as you all know, our family reunions are more fun than a swingers party. Mostly because you already know whose keys you're going to pull out of that bowl. Thanks for the Barina, cousin Janet. I moved to Queensland. I can't find a Tasmanian girlfriend anywhere. There's none on Tinder and that. But recently discovered there's a new dating app. I'm really excited. Ancestry.com. I thought I was going really badly down here. So look, I was in a hospital bed last week. I couldn't do much, so I just lay there. The nurse came in. She took my blood pressure and stuck in a cannula. They charged me $600 out of pocket for that. Ooh, $600. That's crazy. That's how I found out Medicare doesn't cover fetish clubs. So after all that, I went and got myself a cleaner, get a bit of help around the house. She straight up looks like Jennifer Lopez. Like, she is that hot, I literally lose the ability to speak every time she comes over. Eventually, I worked up the courage to ask her, like, what part of South America she was from. She said Italy. So, that went nowhere. I have actually been dating recently. I met a very lovely girl, not on Ancestry.com. She's actually Thai, and no, Dan, I didn't meet her in a ping pong bar in Bangkok, alright? It was in Glenorchy. I actually studied the Thai language. Yeah, check this out. Pom put pasa Thai dai nid noi klap. Yeah, pretty good. That's Thai for I can't speak much Thai. She's a veterinarian. She's trying to help me out to understand the tonal difference between the word dog, which is ma, and horse, which is ma. Confusing, no? I did accidentally hit her up that night for horsey style. Nay. Right after I tried to brag that I was hung like a dog. It's really great to be dating again. I got catfish once. Oh, seriously, the photos were amazing and the profile was so well written. I was really intrigued, but in real life, older than advertised and definite signs of excessive partying. That was the last time I went online and booked a hotel from booking.com. So I got criticised after a gig fairly recently. Someone said, "Kris, you don't do any dick jokes." I said, "I don't like dick jokes. I find them kind of hard. Generally a bit difficult to swallow, and dicks are really more of a gag." So I escaped Tasmania by joining the army. Being in the army is kind of like having an untreatable STI. The only people that will date you have untreatable STIs, like herpes or children. Shortly after joining the army, he sent me to Afghanistan. Big problem over there is improvised explosive devices, or IEDs. Like the Taliban will put them into anything. Like even a cheap Sony Walkman can be filled with explosive. By explosive, I don't mean the hit album by Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. To be fair, Alanis was blowing up in the US charts in '95, and then she started blowing up again in 2012, Afghanistan. At least if you were killed by an Alanis Morissette IED, well, you ought to know. that she's here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. I couldn't, that's enough, no jukebox. I couldn't believe it when the lyrics to my all-time favourite song could also be used to describe getting blown to pieces. I was like, wow, isn't it ironic? So I also spent a bit of time in Iraq training the Iraqi army. They told us before we went, they said the Iraqis, they're very, very devout. They don't drink, no sex before marriage. My first conversation with an Iraqi soldier went like this. I walked up, salam alaikum. And he replied, hey, alaikum salam, Baghdad, whiskey. Army intelligence. Nailed on your profile. That's actually legitimately a true story. That joke wrote itself. The best way to build rapport with the Iraqis was to just sort of tell them about yourself. I was trying to explain to one that I'm a dog breeder back home. And he wasn't getting it. I was getting frustrated. I resorted to charades. I was like, mate, I breed dogs. Yeah? Make some money. He found this concept hilarious. So much so, I called the interpreter over. I said, "Oi, Fazad, what's so funny about dog breeding?" And Fazad goes, "Oh, Corporal, you're not telling me you are dog breeding. They think you say you are dog fucking. For cash." Australia's reputation in the international community did take a bit of a hit that day. There were definitely a few cultural differences to be aware of. For example, it's very common for the Iraqi men to greet each other with a kiss. I was totally cool with that until one day this big Iraqi sergeant came bounding up, planted a big kiss right on my face. Was not the least bit prepared for this. Did not handle it well. In hindsight, probably shouldn't have tried to jam my tongue down his throat. I have trouble reading that situation. You'd be on a date with a girl or an Iraqi soldier, and there's a bit of a vibe. You're fairly sure they want you to kiss them, but it really makes me miss dating off Ancestry.com. Because those people have paid $129 for a saliva DNA test, so they're coming for their kiss. So I'm not in the army anymore. I've heard it's gotten quite progressive now. They're now letting women into roles that were previously reserved only for men, which is great. It's good progress. The thing I worry about is pretty much every girl I've ever dated has trouble deciding on things like where they want to eat that night, and they want to put them into combat leadership. Imagine being in a firefight and you ask your section commander which direction she wants you to attack, and she says, "I don't know, you choose." You'd be like, "Oh, well, there's some dead ground concealment to the left. Should we do a flanking attack?" She'll go, "Fine, do what you want." I did 10 years all up as infantry. Now I'm a photographer. So I'll still have to shoot people, just now they appreciate it. And as a photographer, I can put my shoots on Instagram. People call that art. As a soldier, that's straight up war crimes. Anyway, pretty sure Barina's just pulled up outside. I don't want to keep Janet waiting for the reunion. You guys have been great. I've been Kris Walters. Thank you very much.